Okay, how much time do I have to make this? Let's make this fast. A few years ago, my family and I went out to eat dinner at a restaurant near our house. I want to say it was sushi, but I'm not completely sure. Anyway, as we were walking back to the house, I thought something was a bit off, because I heard something that sounded like sprinklers, but our sprinklers weren't on. And our neighbors also didn't have their sprinklers on. There were literally no sprinklers on anywhere near our house that I could see. And so I walked a little faster to get to our front door. I put my ear closer to it, and I could have sworn that there were sprinklers on, somewhere. But it was very unlikely. So I assumed that maybe our kitchen sink was somehow left on, but it was just really, really loud for some reason. And that would have been 20 times better than what actually ended up happening. So before I address the event in the title, let me tell you something about hardwood floors. They're nice, they're kind of expensive, and they last a long while. But if water gets onto them, they start to warp. If the water soaks through the wood and onto the sub-level of the floor, you're gonna get mold. And similar to a loaf of sliced bread, once one spot of mold appears, it's a race against time to get rid of it before the situation turns crummy. So then we opened the door, stepped into the house, and not 5 seconds go by before we realized something was very wrong. There was water all over the floor. It was creeping all the way down our hallway, peeking into most of the side rooms along the way. We tiptoed to see what happened. Where was all this water coming from? Only to see that the toilet from a small bathroom we have attached to one of the bedrooms was spraying everywhere. Well, I guess that's where the sprinkler noise was coming from. Immediately, my first thought was that there could be sewage all around me, but someone said that it was just the unused water that was being sprayed. Now, I don't know how toilets work, but that seemed like the luckiest thing about that whole experience. My mom and dad then started freaking out because all they could think about was the tremendous amount of mold that must have formed, because we were out of the house for a long time. We got a bunch of towels, somehow somebody stopped the toilet water from spraying everywhere, and then we dried everything off. My room was only partly messed up by the water, but since a huge chunk of our hallway was drenched and our floors were connected, we had to move out of our house for at least a half a year for the fixer people to do some fixin'. We went to stay in some duplex somewhere not too far away, but the only things I can remember about that place were that I grew some grown water dinosaurs there, and the only DVD we brought was Wreck-It Ralph, which we watched on our Xbox. Okay, that's it fellas, thanks for watching. I hope I had time to make this before I left to go to a camp. I'm gonna be at this camp place for like a month, so if I do post videos, they're gonna be real short. And I'm pretty sure my voice won't be in them. But I don't know for sure yet. And if you're wondering, our pets were not moved during this time because no water got into our backyard, garage, man cave area. So we just visited them to feed them and such over the time that we were at the duplex because we weren't allowed to have all of them with us in that building. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. Bye bye.